Vanakkam. Very good evening to all of you. Mr. Lakshmi Narayanan Duraswamy, President, Madras Management Association, Managing Director, Sundaram Home Finance Limited. Mr. Lakshmi Narayanan, again, Chancellor, Chairperson, Governing Council, Kriya University. Dr. S. Vaidya Subramaniam, Vice Chancellor, Sastra, Deemed University. My co-author, Mr. Yogi Kochar, author and AI futurist, and also happiness person to create happiness in the world. Distinguished dignitaries from the Madras Management Association, esteemed panelists, and respected colleagues, students and friends. And I wish soon my good friend Kamakoti will also join us. So it really gives me a great pleasure to be here at IIT Madras for the launch of our book. I have come here so many times because I'm a civil engineer. So I'm an examiner for many of the PhD students at IIT Madras. I'm coming from Indian Institute of Science, but this is a different occasion. So this Road Ahead 2.0, I would like to just read out Professor Philip Kotler's comment. All of you know, I don't need to explain who is Philip Kotler to you because you're management and marketing people. The Road Ahead was written by Bill Gates in 1995. Artificial intelligence is indeed the Road Ahead 2.0. This here is the passport for imagination. So what a beautiful statement he gave us. Soon after I sent an email, in 5 minutes the reply was there. But we had sent the book before to him. So the book is actually a reflection of our collective insights, experiences, because I started doing this artificial intelligence as early as 2010. Actually, my first PhD students joined with me to work on the neural networks and all the other, mathematical formulations, application to geotechnical engineering. So why geotechnical engineering? It's a very complex material. To understand the behavior of it, we have started using these models. Tonight, as we celebrate this milestone, we are also opening a window into the future where AI is no longer a distant dream. It is the present, shaping the world around us at an unprecedented pace. AI is not just a technological advancement, ladies and gentlemen. It is a civilizational shift, actually. Over the last few years, the world has witnessed an explosion of generative AI, agentic AI, machine learning, and autonomous systems. A transformation that is redefining industries, governance, healthcare, finance, and definitely education, and even creativity itself. So let me share some few powerful numbers to tell you. So according to Goldman Sachs, global AI investments are projected to reach around $200 billion by next year. UN Trade and Development report projects the global AI market will soar from 200 billion in 2023 to 4.8 trillion by 2033. So that means in few years, a 25-fold increase in just a decade. That's a mind-boggling changes. Particularly, all of your management gurus are here, so you will definitely agree with me. By then, AI could quadruple its share of the global frontier technology market, rising from 7% to 29% and emerging as a sector's dominant force. In 2022, if you look at just 100 companies, mainly in the United States and China, in the AI, accounted for 40% of the global AI research and development. Combined, two countries hold 60% of all AI patents, that is America and China, and produce a third of global AI publications. You saw 25 witnessed that release. Soon after OpenAI launched it, DeepSeek immediately launched and it crashed everything, OpenAI's values and other things. So India is rapidly also building a strong AI computing and semiconductor infrastructure, but we are way behind. Particularly, we might have a lot of talent and large number of engineering graduates contributing to this. And as I have to tell you this small story. When I was a director at IIT Guwahati, a philanthropist from US came to me to start a school of data science and artificial intelligence. Okay, Rahul Mehta, I think, has also started a center here in IIT Madras and also IIT Kanpur. So he wanted to do that in the Northeast to start a school of data science, and also his request was it has to be an undergraduate BTech program in data science and AI. He even made a beautiful presentation to me why that is important. Luckily, we were the coordinator of JEE Advance also that time, IIT Guwahati. So we were able to start that program, we started the BTech program, converting our computer center to School of Data Science, and now new building is coming up. He has given funds also. But as soon as I moved to, this has happened in 2021, okay, somewhere in the middle, soon after the COVID. 22 December, I moved to AICTE. First question I asked my officers, how many engineering colleges are offering programs in data science and AI? To my surprise, more than 1,000 colleges were offering BTech in data science and AI, either in the various form, either in computer science, in bracket data science and AI. So that very clearly shows. And I also asked them, when did you start this program? 2017. Our model curriculums were already up there on cybersecurity, data science, artificial intelligence. That means we are way ahead, AICT is way ahead than IITs in this area. And we presented so many graduates, because by 21, first batch of graduates came out. So this is what actually the entire world is watching for us. Why they are all coming here? Today we have close to, how many GCCs are there? All of you know. 3,000 GCCs hiring large number of engineers. They're all not juniors, they don't take freshers. They only take very senior people. And minimum number of engineers working in any companies is 5,000. So all of them are integrating AI, whether it is a petroleum company, whether it is a civil engineering company, whether it is a IT services company. This is what really the strength of India is. That is the people and the talent. But unfortunately, we are way behind in the compute capacity. We are actually, compute capacity, hardly about 2.5 to 3%. America is 70% corners the market, 20 to 22% corners by the Chinese. The rest is only with India. So that's where we need to change. And we need to do things. And thanks to Ministry of Electronics and IT, they are coming up with big plans. India, as I told you, is rapidly building. But that rapid is a very slow process in India. So, because the time scale at which AI changes is mind-boggling. Just another story I would like to share. Same time, when I joined AICTE, that was December 22, November, ChatGPT was released. November 30th, in fact, exact date. So, December, I opened the ChatGPT, asked to write a poem about AICTE covering entire activities of AICTE. Believe me, in 22 seconds, a beautiful poem was there in front of me, and I was not too happy. I said, do this in Kannada, because I can understand. So, believe me, in 20 seconds, a beautiful poem, 4 stanzas, 4 lines each was there in front of me. You can go and try this yourself, in any language. Even in Tamil, it will answer. Sanskrit, it will give you. And what is interesting is, even if I hired a poet to do this, he would have taken minimum 6 months to understand what AICTE does. Because why I asked this question to ChatGPT was exactly that same reason. Because I spent my entire career at Indian Institute of Science, 35 years at Bangalore, and 4 years at IIT Guwahati. So I didn't know much about AICTE, what it does. I only came there with a wish to transform the engineering education in the nation. So I'm very happy to tell you today, standing at IIT Madras, we have changed the engineering, at least the approval regulatory process, to a facilitatory process. Today, every college, whoever is there here, I don't know how many are there, college owners, they will tell you, AICTE has transformed the regulatory process to a facilitatory process. That means we actually do teachers' education, that is our ATAL, AICTE Teaching Learning Academy, has trained 300,000 teachers. And one of the madam walked to me, she is here, she is the principal of the Polytechnic College. Sir, it was so easy to get autonomy from your institute, from my AICTE this time. I was shocked to hear that. Thank you very much, madam. This is what we wanted to change. And I am very happy that we have changed it. I even appeal to all the college people, wherever I go, do not come to AICTE for approval process. If you have an idea, come to me. We will discuss. So that's what we have done it in reality. In more than that, I've gone to most of the engineering colleges, wherever it is possible for me. At least 150 convocations I have addressed, telling them about artificial intelligence, what is the future, and how the innovation and entrepreneurship is very important today. So our kids have to become the future, entrepreneurs to create jobs than seeking jobs. So we were able to do that at AICTE, and now I want to tell you, through AICTE we have created Institute Innovation Councils at all my 14,000 institutions from last 2 years, and R&D cell along with climate cell has been created at 14,000 institutions this year. So you might say tomorrow you may not see the papers, but culture has been seeded, and definitely we will see the progress. And I'm very happy to tell you that AICTE has declared 2025 as the year of AI. Large number of activities we have planned, done it. We have joined hands with everybody, and on 25th, we are also joining hands with OpenAI. OpenAI India is giving 150,000 ChatGPT 5.0 advanced version free to our kids. I know the challenge also is the future, the problem is it's going to be mind-boggling because they will actually make our kids addicted to that. But that's world is going. We have to be in the swimming in the current rather than swimming against the current. So we have accepted that challenge. Tonight we celebrate this milestone. We are also opening a window to the future where AI is no longer a distant dream. It is the present, shaping the world around us at an unprecedented pace. Friends, let me share some of the, how we have done this through this book. This is an opportunity for India. So we say a call to action. So India has the talent, as I told you, with the demographic advantage and the entrepreneurial spirit. Today we are the third largest startup capital of the world. Soon we are going to become definitely number 2. So from there we need to invest massively in AI research, infrastructure and compute power. I don't know, Professor Sarthi is here or he left. Sarthi and myself, we are going to launch AI for all. So that means IIT Madras is going to give the content and we are going to deliver it to every engineering college, and not teachers, students, staff and everybody. Faster, deep collaboration between universities, startups and industries, we have done exceedingly. Encourage innovation at scale, because our book actually talks about every idea. I told Yogi, there are more than 10,000 ideas in this book where you can start your own startup. So he's going to highlight on that. So create an AI ecosystem where education, policy and enterprise converge. We are actually hoping very big. So our book actually envisages, just I will take you through some colorful slides, if I can quickly wind it up, so that we can have a discussion on that. Yeah. This one? Is on? It's on. Sorry. So I will not read these slides. These are colorful slides and very big letters. So where is it? Oh, it's in the sides. Okay. All right. So AI is actually, all your prediction or whatever you are learning is all depends on the data, quality of data. So as I was talking to Lakshmana and he mentioned, sir, there is a huge data, but there is no quality. Definitely I agree with him. Sir, thank you for telling that very categorically, but I think, we need to start. We are the late starters. So definitely we will improve the quality in coming days. That too, I did not say years. Why? Because artificial intelligence doesn't know years. It only knows in seconds and minutes. As I told you, 20 seconds it could write a poem, which a poet can take 6 months. Similarly, a musician, I will also tell you one experience. When we were in one of the project exhibition, one student had developed a guitar to play music, robot was playing the guitar. But he has used a generative AI to compose the music. That means music also can be learnt within less than a minute. I mean, these are all very original. No plagiarism, please. Please understand. These music, what this generative AI created was original music. That means you can see now, it has taken a role of a poet, musician, and artist. Everybody knows. And we thought that these are all the skills which you have to acquire through your genes are slog for 10 to 15 years with a guru. This 15 years has become 15 seconds. That's the beauty about AI. Whether we like it or not, it is here, ladies and gentlemen. And we are looking at, we need to compute capacity. We are very happy that MIT has created 30,000, but that is nothing. So, but I keep telling Yogi, see, be happy. See, when I started my research at Indian Institute of Science, I didn't have any equipment, but we were able to still publish in top-notch journals. So, it is nothing about the infrastructure, money, it is your brain power. That is what the brain power, we are definitely superior to the entire world. That's why you are seeing now how Trump is acting, because of the capability of Indian engineers, Indian scientists, Indian technocrats is the key. So, but anyway, I will leave these points to tell Yogi. He says our data is going outside. I said, let it go. Because we lost the people also, a lot of brain drain happened. But they will come back one day, or at least they will proudly say, we are an Indian, we have achieved this. That's what 200, 500 Fortune companies today are, the CEOs are Indians. One fellow is sitting here, young fellow, Ram. Job ready, he has come from America, and I told him, and he said, sir, I will cancel my trip, I will come to your program. Anyway, so now our finance part, I will not talk much about it. My Yogi will tell us, if data is a commodity, why should not we export to be taxed? So he wants to raise money through that also. So let us see something can come out of that. Finally, so we see this Kumbh of AI. See, what did we do during Kumbh, Mahakumbh? All of you know that, no? So many of us went. We didn't do anything there. There is no temple, there is no Hanuman, there is no, what is it, Lord Venkatesh. Nothing is there. It's only Sangam. You go and take a dip. For that, you people have struggled to go there. All of us, some of them, I've seen, one of my friends came from US, taking his own jet and came to Bangalore. And from Bangalore, he took a helicopter and landed in that place. After that, how he went? As a pillion rider in a scooter. Because that was such a crowd actually. So, see, this is all, the magic. That's what happened during Mahakumbh. So many people, 50 crore plus people have took a bath in that. So, it's only the feeling. That's what we are all now feeling about AI. Hopefully, future we will cleanse up our things. And friends, we are all in AI voyage. This is a journey from, actually, Yogi said it is US to India, but I said no. All of our scientists and engineers went from here, created that world because they had money. And if you look at what is AI, I see in 10 years it is all Indian efforts. You need to clap for this. So it is not just about augmented intelligence, friends. It is all Indian efforts. Watch out. Because the big companies who are doing business today are Microsoft, Google, and OpenAI. If you look at the top CEOs, technocrats, everybody is an Indian. I'm not joking. I've been physically met them and talked to them. All are Indian diaspora. Maybe, just like our professors at IIT. If you ask our professors at IIT, where did you graduate? Again, I'm talking about 90% and above of the people. They will say, I did my MTech from IIT Madras, PhD from Harvard, postdoc from Cornell. But I have to repeat the question, where did you graduate? They would have graduated from one of these Anna Engineering College. 90% of them. Please ask the director of IIT when he comes here. That means our engineering colleges, we ourselves downgrade them, called second and third grade engineering colleges. They are no more third and second grade. They are the best colleges, best engineers are produced. It's not a It is not a trivial word. We need to change the narrative, ladies and gentlemen. This narrative has to change. Only IITs have done well. I am not at all questioning, because I am from Indian Institute of Science. In 2003, current science paper clearly talks about it. See, in 2003, current science looked at all the publications, list of publications, list of patents, and listed. Indian Institute of Science was alone 1.5 times more than all 7 IITs put together at that time. In 20 years, 2023, IIT Madras has crossed Indian Institute of Science in numbers. Definitely it has crossed. Similarly, IIT Bombay, IIT Kanpur. I kept telling my Indian Institute of Science in their council also, if you go this way, not spending money, you have to have passion for research. If you don't do this, many of our private institutions will take over us. Because they have a lot of passion. I've seen some of the engineering colleges are doing phenomenal job. The new ones, maybe like Kriya or my colleague Rudra Pratap is doing the new institution in, what is that called? Mohali. They don't have a degree program in civil, mechanical, electrical, electronics. No. Anybody joins an engineering program, then they will take their own multidisciplinary education. So today we have NEP, ladies and gentlemen. That gives you a lot of flexibility to the student. And our academic bank of credits is here to help us to scale that effort of multidisciplinary. I think there is a lot of positive things. Let me not take more time. So these are all the words of Yogi ji, weaponizing generosity. So I will leave him to explain those when I have much more. And he is going to decrypt the AI family with LLMs, SLMs, as well as SQMs. Okay? And AI and the sustainable development goal also has an impact, because we can do a lot of things. AI's role in sustainable development, balancing technology with ethical stewardship is also being important and very critical for our nation particularly. Socio-economic impact, AI's potential is widen or bridge economic divides also. So you have already started seeing that. See, our toll collection, okay, on highway utilization, it has given a lot of money back to the building highways. So these are all positive vibrations, what we have seen in our nation. Okay, just because of the UPI, today we are able to count those numbers very easily, because earlier we didn't know what was transacted. There was a Lord Krishna's book and Lord Rama's book. Many of the business people know, they tax purposes ke liye separate. So, but these are technology has helped us to clean up that system. Anyway, 6 dimensions of our first book is about AI and education, where we talk about where the institution, the teacher, the taught the pedagogy and the syllabus. Our syllabus is not removed. Actually, he used the right word. Actually, it's a curriculum. Coming from AICT, I should tell that. And call to action for that. And the second volume talks about the different sectors. I encourage you to, each one of you, to read. And we will see soon this book will be also coming through Springer Nature, which has accepted our proposal. So even though we have already published with Education World, they will leave the India rights and they will publish for international, along with, even you can download the chapters. So many areas are going to change the way. So recently, I would like to say one word recently with the Niti Ayog, AICTE, and MSME. We have joined hands to do the transformation in our micro, small and medium enterprises. How the transformation? Because use the artificial intelligence and the new models for all my companies, whether it is resources collection or anything, that matter, automate it so that they become a profit making. So Niti actually demonstrated with 6 companies already, and now they are launching in a big way this program called DX Edge. So who are the people who are going to help them? Our engineering and diploma students. So the tools will be developed by CII. CII has joined hands with us. So we are going to transform MSMEs. How many are there in our nation? Close to 7 crore. That means more than engineering students or any students for that matter, higher education. That means everybody can get a job if they are good in this technology. So we need to transform like big things. Hopefully, I will skip all these finally. conclusion is basically AI is here, friends. It's already here. It has penetrated every domain of human life. Whether we like it or not, we are already using it. Okay. For example, whenever you come to IIT Madras to check which road is completely traffic jam, to avoid that, you will be using Google. That is already gives you two, three options for you. Intelligently, you can pick which one is the shortest and which one is not going through gullies. Also, you can pick it up. So unless humanity learns to adopt, I say embrace it rather than just adopt. I embrace the AI. There is no choice for any of us. And how quickly we embrace is the one question, and how many people could embrace. So this is what we have written in our book, Road Ahead. Road Ahead 2.0 requires a very conscious, ethical, and collaborative evolution. And that's where I'll stop. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you very much, Professor. We are indeed very honored to have you here with us today, and we could see the passion when you addressed all of us, passion to change the nature of engineering education in this country. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, now time for us for the panel discussion. May I request Dr. S. Vaidya Subramanian to take over and moderate the panel discussion, please.
Yes, sure. I'd like to tell you a couple of reviews, couple of two sentences about the book if you guys
Once we finish this.
The president of MMA, office bearers of MMA, the dual authors of the book, Road Ahead 2.0, my good friend Mr. Lakshminarayanan, very distinguished members of the audience, my good friend Mr. Mahalingam, Professor Sarathi. Good evening to all of you. Extremely happy to moderate this session. And when I came on stage, I was asking the question myself, what should I make as my opening remarks, and quickly jotted down 5 points. And then after listening to Professor Sitaraman, I just started ticking which one should I delete. Now it looks like I have deleted all the 5. So he has actually simplified my job. But nevertheless, you have to set a context for the panel discussion. I just go back to Professor Clay Christensen, who, I'm a big fan of him, who always talks about disruptive technologies, disruption and all of that. And that's not new to the world. Even Socrates felt, if you start writing, then, we will lose our brain power. And there are still Victorians who still believe telephony, telegraphy have actually created social isolation and all of that. But that's always been there as part of history. We heard a lot of people saying industrialization is going to take away jobs. Later, software industry, IT industry is again going to take away jobs. Robotics and automation is going to take away jobs. And this is we have been hearing for a long time. But we have seen a lot of productivity, economic growth, a lot of employment opportunities we have seen in the last so many years. So in that context, if we have to take a quick cruise of this book, there are 2 authors. So this is kind of a double-barreled book, 2 volumes, one education, the other on economy. Though it is double-barreled, I think it is firing on multiple directions, bullets going across different economic spheres. But on education, they are very focused because it has to have a focus, as he was rightly saying, education, policy, and enterprise. Actually, the enterprises are here. We are actually now treading a journey backwards. From enterprise, we are creating a policy, and through policy, creating an educational community in this emerging area. So I would just want to give a context very briefly. Since it is so multidimensional, on the education part, there is, of course, a lot of gravitas, and especially Professor Sitaram said, and Professor Sarathi is there, this AA for all is is creating an AA-educated and AA-enlightened community. Now, there is also another equally important learner community that needs to know how to use AI in their regular teaching learning process. So, more than AI education, AI in education, I think is going to create a lot of effect that's going to transform the way in which people are going to assimilate knowledge that exists in different forms. And on economy, Mr. Lakshminarayanan is here, so I don't have to talk much on that. But as I said before, historically we have seen till 17th century, maybe it was very flat. After the Industrial Revolution, we had 1 century global GDP grew by maybe 0.8 to 1%, and then later 1.8, and even today, the last century was 2.8%. But many research has started indicating that the rate at which AI is going to make productive workforce, is going to create productive workforce, the GDP growth is going to, touch 10%, 11%, even if it is going to displace 20% of the workforce. So I don't know, there are different theories on that, but one thing is certain, that on the economic sphere, there is going to be a huge growth in economic activity. So education and economic activity, these two are the important dimensions that the book has addressed. And in addressing these two important dimensions, there is a strong message that I could take from this book, because this book is also equally, there is a lot of metaphors, philosophy, literary on one side, and some peppy pop analogies on the other side as well. So it's a good cocktail of different thought processes. And finally, the message that I got after just quickly scanning through the book is that we have to hurry to worry, because there are the Western tech companies and the Chinese who are way ahead, and Professor Sitaram pointed out. So now we have to actually hurry and worry and start our work on AI. So how to do that? We have people like Mr. Lakshminarayanan and Professor Kamakodi who will join us soon, who will enlighten this audience on a session that I'm supposed to moderate. So I'll just go there and kickstart the session, and we'll be very happy to get as many questions from you as possible. Thank you very much. So can I begin the session moderation? Yeah. So thank you very much. While we wait for Professor Kamakodi, as I had laid down in the context, the way in which the economy is going to get transformed in different industry dimensions through AI needs no emphasis. But we have with us somebody who's built a large enterprise as one of the founders of Cognizant, who has actually traversed different technology evolutions that have been responsible for not only the success of Cognizant, but Cognizant responsible for success of many enterprises. Now, I don't know whether he has inside information still, but as an industry veteran, can you please enlighten on how exactly AI is going to create economic wealth? Because we have seen all these Gini coefficient, inequity in wealth distribution and all of that. Now, is AI going to only going to expand that gap, or there are a lot of possibilities where through AI these things can be addressed and it's going to be a healthy economic growth?
Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'll try and be brief on the points. It's a good starting point to talk about the Gini coefficient or the Gini index, which measures the inequality. Traditionally, it's been observed that whenever there is a significant new technological development, inequality expands or increases, because new technologies are expensive, can be used and exploited by the wealthy, who become wealthier, and the poor remain where they are. So that is the paradigm. That is something that we have seen in the Western world. If you look at the Gini coefficient that was published this year, Gini index, India has done well. India is in the 4th position. The number is something like coefficient is 0 is very good, 1 is very bad. 1 means that there are more wealthier people than poor people. So India is about 0.25, 4th in the world, which means less inequality in India compared to many other Western countries. And the trend has also been improving in India. More and more fairness, more and more equality, whereas trend in the Western world is not so. It is going in the opposite direction, which is something that we should be proud of, because it is something that has been achieved in India due to technology. technology in India has been made accessible to everybody thanks to begin with, the Aadhaar